All hail, Knights at the Gimmick table, where we spit the truth at the infamous round table, and your feelings get left at the door. I am Boogaloo. This is LowRyda, and we are the dead presidents. How you doing today?
What's up, y'all? What's going on?
Yeah, what's going on? Hey,
Shout out to Cicadas for that music.
yeah, definitely a shout out. Hey, look, I want to give a shout out. In case you guys don't know, don't forget to. This show is brought to you by the Realm Network. Get your first exclusive look at Killing the Business with Kingpin Angel Medina, King Mega, and the Crisco Kid Glenn Sexton. Also, you can watch Get Funk with Alan Kwee Wee Funk and Shooting the Shit Uncensored with the Ozzy Podcast Machine, Pierce Austin. Also, you can find us, the Dead Presidents, on Nights of the Gimmick table every week on the Realm Network. And don't forget to subscribe to it, realmnetwork.com.
Yeah, guys, exclusive. You guys get it before everybody else. So make sure y'all sign up. I want to give a shout out to healthvape.com. Health Vape sells healthy vaping alternatives.
You got the banner. There you go.
Yeah. There you go. They have no nicotine, no harmful or addictive chemicals, and they are vitamin infused. So make sure you pick yourself up some of their vape and pod products using our code MWA Pod for a 10% discount.
All right. What we got next? Oh, Sleeves. Yes. I want to give a shout out to sleeves.com. Sleeves offers great quality products from arm sleeves, knee sleeves, headbands, tights, joggers, socks, and even dirty boxers. So if someone is an athlete in your life or you're an athlete, go ahead and check out sleeves.com and use our discount code MWA Pod and get those dirty boxers with the elephant trunk and do the helicopter. Just cut the trunk off and do the helicopter thing with your wee wee.
Yeah, guys, wrap your dick with sleeves.
Yes. Okay, Wrestling Universe. The Wrestling Universe is your one-stop shop for all your wrestling merchandise. They have all kinds of WWE, TNA, Impact, UFC, WCW, ECW action figures from the past and present. They also carry t-shirts, wrestling cards, autographed 8x10s, lucha libre masks, and title belts. Hey guys, anything you get autographed there comes with a certificate of authenticity. So hey, go check them out. They have several stores throughout the tri-state area. I think they got like 4 stores total, like in Queens and Long Island. So if you live near there, go check it out. Take a picture, tag us in it. We'll definitely love to see that.
Yeah, hey, just so y'all know, on August 21st, they got former WWE star D'Lo Brown coming in.
Man.
Also on the 21st, they have a tag team that me and you worked not too long ago, the Headbangers.
All right.
And
Thrasher.
Yeah. October 9th, they have Cactus Jack and Mick Foley live in the Queen's store, right?
Oh, wow.
But then October 10th in Comac, they have Dude Love and Mankind.
Wait, what's going on, bro? How they doing?
All four
faces of
personalities, bro.
Holy shit! I can't believe
that's the shit. So make sure y'all go check it out. Go to the
WrestlingUniverse.com.
Wrestling Universe. I used to buy all kinds of toys and stuff there when I was a kid.
Hey man. Also, when you get there, just tell Jack you want to shoot on him.
Everything. Yeah. Tell him, challenge him to a shoot fight. He might take you up.
Tell him Boogaloo said to challenge you to a shoot fight. He might take you on. Yeah, definitely.
All right, guys. Also, make sure you guys follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Multi-Continental Wrestling Alliance on YouTube and Facebook, and on Twitch, on Twitter and Instagram, MWA World.
Yeah, subscribe, guys.
Also on Twitch.
There you go.
Twitch.tv MWA World, guys. Make sure y'all subscribe, watch our videos. You can catch up on all of our older stuff. And
you catch up on everybody's stuff.
Yeah.
Everybody I read off earlier. Get Funked with Alan Kwee Wee Funk, Shooting the Shit Uncensored with Pierce Austin.
We don't gotta hype all these guys.
I gotta hype my peeps up.
All right, guys. Well, without further ado, we have a guy that we got to know very well on our travels to North Carolina.
And
awesome guy. Great worker. Missed the hell out of him. So glad to have caught up with him. Here he goes.
Bounty
Kenny the
Hunter.
Bounty Hunter. What's up, brother?
What's up, Big
Salute, salute, salute.
Drinks up
What's up,
to
brother?
Kenny.
Drinks up, no doubt.
What's up, brother?
What's going on, man? How you
I
been?
can't call it, man. I'm just saying, man, I'm 51 years old, good to be
Oh, my
52.
God.
I'm trying to survive out here, brother. That's all.
Well, hey, man, that's the most important thing is you're still here and you're 51, right?
Yes,
There's a lot
sir.
of people that ain't making it that long.
Yes,
Shit,
sir.
especially
Yes,
in this
sir.
business.
Seen a lot, done a lot, some more than some and less than others, but damn it, I've done it.
You left your
Yeah,
mark,
brother.
Yes, sir. Definitely did that.
Yeah. So let's get started here, Kenny, because like I've known you for a while, but your name is the Bounty Hunter, and I know where you got the name from, but I'm sure everybody would like to know, how did you come up with the name the Bounty Hunter?
Okay. Well, it's like all of us, a young guy and wanting to be a wrestler, taking cardboard boxes and making titles out of yarn and all that. I wanted to be a wrestler. So I'm from Tennessee originally. So in Tennessee,
Okay.
I remember independent wrestling coming to high schools and all that. But as I got older, I went to the Navy, and when I went to the Navy, I settled in North Carolina. So I always been a pretty big guy, working out, whatnot. And so somebody told me about a guy that trains for professional wrestlers. I was like, wow, okay, professional wrestler. So yeah, I love wrestling. So I went to this guy, trained, and I was thinking about names. And I'm like, at the time, I was actually in the bail enforcement business in North Carolina.
So you were a bounty hunter.
I was a bounty hunter.
Okay,
I've been
so
to
this is what I was
Florida,
getting at.
I've been to Florida, I've been to Georgia, I've been to New York, I've been to Jersey looking for people. I've done that for a living. So I just kind of, because of that and not knowing and not really understanding on what that said it fit, you know, and I rode with it. And for the most part of my career, the bounty hunter did me well. I did well, you know. I ran across other guys that would put a name in front of bounty hunter. I'd get on the show and see a poster be like the bounty hunter, and then I see another guy, such and such, the bounty hunter. So you know, I ran into that a little bit, you know, in my career with using the bounty hunter.
I can see that being when Dog the Bounty Hunter made it big, then everybody was trying to be a bounty hunter, right?
Exactly. But actually, I was doing my gimmick before.
Yeah, you were doing before he became famous. Hey,
Yeah.
let me ask you a question. What made you give up bounty hunting? How'd you get out?
Bounty hunting is bail enforcement, because it's a little different in North Carolina, because in North Carolina, you actually have to get certified with the state of North Carolina. A lot of times with bounty hunter go back to a law of 1872 to where if you have a warrant out with the state, somebody could hire you to go get this person, and based on the laws or that's still on the book from 1872, you could actually go and pick this person up. But here's where the state of North Carolina differs. If you're not a certified bounty hunter with the Department of the State of Corrections, meaning going through the state, you actually get a kidnapping charge in North Carolina. So if you're just a bounty hunter coming in here and you don't have the credentials in North Carolina, you will actually get a kidnapping charge.
Holy shit!
Exactly. So that's what made me get into bounty hunting, and then actually going through the bail enforcement agent. I mean, they got an agent, they got a course you have to go through every year, re-education and it's a big money is what the hell it is, to make a long story short, because you pay your due, you pay your money, you go to this bounty hunting class, you sit there, you drunk as hell from the night before, but they do a class and then you sign off and you done. So that's how I got into bounty hunting. That's how I got in the field of bounty hunting. Now and when I went to college, my degree, which I didn't finish, my degree was in criminal justice. So that kind of was along the lines. Once I heard about bounty hunter, like, shit, this is cool as hell, man. I can actually, you know, and if to give the definition of what a bail enforcement bounty hunter is, somebody goes to jail, they get a bond. I could actually go write the bond, get them out, and then once they skipped, I had a power of arrest on that particular person only. Now, this is where you run into a big deal with the police a lot, because what happened, you have really more authority on that particular person than the police do to arrest, because see, I don't need a search warrant to go into a house, because when that person signs what they call an indemnity agreement and they put their address on that paperwork that I have, I can go into that house and search that house without a search warrant. Where a police, even if he knows that person's, unless it's hot pursuit, knows that person in the house, he still has to get a search warrant from a judge. Well, that indemnities agreement that I have allows me to go in that house because that's where they say they live. So sometimes you run into little stuff with the police on that behalf, because your powers are, I'm not going to say more, but they're different from what the police department powers are.
Gotcha. That's crazy as hell, man. So,
yeah, man.
So you did you make good money doing that?
Say it again.
You made good money doing that?
You could make good money. Now, it's two sides to it. Somebody could say, with me being authorized in North Carolina, any bail enforcement agent could call me and say, hey, and a lot of guys do this. They don't even get into bonding people out. They just get their license and create a what they call a skip chaser. And they get 10% generally of whatever the bond is. So, you know, you get on some $100,000 bonds and, you know, $10,000, $20,000 bonds, and 10%, you got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those. And all you got your expertise to is just skip chasing, then you can make some money. You can make a whole lot of money doing it. Being a bail enforcement, because I work for a couple of companies, I got a percentage of what I wrote. And then, so because I work for them companies, I didn't really get no money for skip chasing. I only got my money for particular writing the bonds. And that's generally a 15% is what you can charge up to, 15% in North Carolina. And generally between you and the bail enforcement company you work for, y'all come up a percentage of what you would get out of that 15% when you wrote a bond.
Yeah, Louis, you're not coming through. You're muted.
I'm sorry. How'd you get out of it? I mean, why? I mean, sorry,
the same thing we just said is, I got with a company, and one thing about bonding, man, you'll get to where to slow down, man. If you ain't in a place to where, and a guy opened the office, well, he put me in a county that did great business, but I went into this county, and it's just like anything else. All the old school bail bondsmen who was there, they were known. So I needed an office there. He wouldn't open me an office. So now I'm running back and forth on calls, but I needed to be in town when them little offices, them little calls got called, because that's what people got to understand. You got to write the little bonds with the big bonds to really make your money, because all them big bonds are not always going to come. And then when they come, they're not going to always have the money. So when the money kind of got low is how I started looking and trying to find out how to become a correction officer, which was my next field of work after bail enforcement. I kind of went straight from bail enforcement to state correction officer for the state of North Carolina.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. Most wrestlers go into corrections. I've known a lot of them that have done it.
I can see it.
Yeah,
I can see it. Well, with me being a Gulf War vet, which I am, you know, with having a military background, a lot of times, a lot of those guys do the same thing. What we just said, they'll jump into state jobs because you can. A lot of times they'll look for that military background because they know you have the structure to do those kind of jobs. They know you have the discipline and understanding of rank and the food chain to do those kind of jobs. Plus,
you got to have a little bit of crazy to do it too. And they know if you were in the military, you got to have a little bit of crazy in you.
Yeah. You got to be willing to. You got to be willing to get down for the get down. That's for damn sure.
All right, so let's talk about your wrestling training. So you leave bounty hunting, and then you decide you're going to become a pro wrestler. So who started your training?
I actually started pro wrestling in 1999, 2000 when that came about. I started with a guy by the name of Viper, and anybody in North Carolina, if they watching this and they hear me say the name Viper, they're gonna be like, "Oh shit!" I mean, I look at it like this. You got to start somewhere to get somewhere. So I started with Viper.
Did he even have a ring?
He had a ring in his backyard. Okay. Yep, he did have a ring in his backyard.
He charged you?
Backyard.
What he charge you?
Was it $500?
That's not bad, bro.
I don't even remember, but I can tell you this. During my tryout, I got a chair shot during my fucking tryout.
What the fuck?
No fucking way.
Yes, way, brother. I got a chair shot there. And
to the back or the head?
What he was doing, because he was a bigger guy. He was looking for a bigger guy to bring into the business because he had this little town of like Wilson, Sharpsburg, Rocky Mountain. He had all them little towns kind of sold up because he was from the area. So he was looking for a big guy to bring in as a heel to just put him over and over and over. He was one of them with the mentality that I'm the champion and I'm going to stay the champ. Let me just put it like this.
I'm the booker and I'm going to stay the champ.
That's what his family called him. That's who he is in his household, Viper. So that just gives you a little insight to that.
That's funny.
Oh, shit. That's awesome.
So when you took a chair shot to the back or the head?
No, bro. I took a fucking back and head chair shot there in the trial.
Right to the fucking dome.
I'm talking about after doing all of them fucking squats and fucking push-ups and running the ropes and about to throw up. All right, ended the workout, stand over in the corner. And I'm like, okay. So they're like, all right, now put your hands down to the side. And I see him with this fucking chair, and I'm like, what the fuck is he ready to do? He was like, all right, don't flinch, don't move, because you move, you're gonna hurt yourself. Boom! Right inside the damn head, bro.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Jesus, man.
That's great. Oh man, that's hilarious.
I gotta hit up Eric Adams, ask him if he knows this Viper dude.
Yeah. Ask him. His real name is Clyde. What is Clyde last name? I can't think of his fucking last name, but it's Clyde. But his name is Viper.
His name's Viper. He's the fucking Viper.
Literally, bro. Listen. You laugh. He told me that name was trademark, and nobody else in the business could use that name. And you know how many fucking Vipers I met, bro? In North Carolina.
Nobody's using them in TV. That's what he has.
Besides that, he told me that he'd been doing ECW, he had done WWE. Oh, bro, it was after I got into business and got to learn it. I look back on that shit. I was like, wow, this motherfucker was the biggest lying motherfucker I ever met in my life.
But see that's the thing, right? Like back that was you started in 99, I started in 99. Back in those days, it wasn't easy to fucking come across to know where somebody had been. You know what I'm saying? Like the internet wasn't what it is now. Like now,
the only way you could figure
that shit up.
Yeah.
You pull that shit up and you're like, get the fuck out of here, this fucking guy.
Back then, the only way you could figure it out is getting in the ring with them and be like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Like I recently came across the guy that tried to tell me that he was Doink the Clown. And I'm like, oh, really?
You know how many Doink the Clowns I've wrestled, bro?
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Yeah, no, but this dude tried to tell me he was the WWE Doink the Clown. Well, the WWF Doink the Clown. And he's telling me all these fucking stories, how him and Shawn Michaels. And I'm like, oh, really? Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
It's crazy, bro.
And I'm like, hey, let me, and all these other dudes are hyping him up. And I'm like, hey, let me show y'all something on my phone. This dude's a fucking jabroni. He's done indies. But he ain't. They ain't even have him listed as any fucking Doink the Clown. So it's like, get the fuck out of here, dude. You know.
And that's
everybody hypes him up.
That's the sad part when you run across guys that they tells those lies. Cause I never did no WWE dark shows. I never did no fucking WCW shit. But bro, I had a fucking blast on the indies, and I wouldn't lie and tell. Now I got one story that I can tell you about the WWE. When I was tagging with Chili Willie, me and him was pretty hot at the time in the South, doing a gimmick called American Gangsters. And I got a call one day. I was working for a particular chip company. And I was, putting my chips on the shelf. That was my job outside of wrestling. Put my chips, and I get a call on my phone, and this guy says, "Hey, can I speak to Kenneth Me? And I'm like, yeah, this is he. He was like, hey, this is Greg, talent agent with WWE. So I'm like, huh? He was like, yeah. I was like, man, who the fuck? I'm looking at my phone. It's out of Connecticut. I'm like, man, who's this bullshit trying to shoot me some shit?
Yeah.
I'm like, bro. I'm like, bro, I ain't got time.
He's trying to rip me.
I hung up on it.
Yeah.
So about 5 minutes
But
later,
you want to know something, Kenny?
was like,
Kenny,
yo,
you want to know something?
he was like, you get a call from a guy named Greg? I was like, yeah. He's like, yeah. He was like, no, I called Chili. I said, Chili, man, I got a motherfucker talking. Chili, and you know, Chili had been developmental. So Chili was like, no, dude, that was a real call. He was like, Greg is a guy. He was like, matter of fact, he's calling me right now. I'll hit you back. And so Chili hit me back after about 10 minutes. He was like, yeah, man, he's like, I sent some of our shit up to him and they interested. We was 40 years old at the time. He said, they're interested. He said, but I'm gonna be honest with you, Kenny. He said, man, I've been there. He said, that's a fucking hellifying road. You get a disc paid, you're away from your family. He's like, if you want to do it because you my man, I'll go with you. He said, but that's hell. He said, but they want us to send them some 8x10s or something pictures, a promo and a match, a short match. Yeah. And I left it all to Chili. And I don't think he ended up doing that because I never heard nothing else. But that's my WWE story. That's my one. Yeah.
In all honesty, you know how many people probably hang up on them because they get that call like, come on, man. Just
exactly. Exactly. That's exactly what I did. I'm like, yeah, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, really, WWE? Come on, bro.
Like they call you, hey, this is Canyon Seaman. Yeah, okay.
Exactly. And this guy named was Greg something. But Chili knew him. Chili knew who he was.
Yeah. He was legit. So when you started with Viper, how long before you were off doing shit on the indies?
So I started with Viper. The thing that was good about Viper, because like I told you, he was in with this other guy that was the promoter and voter, and Viper was kind of business partnering with him. So he had shows already. So, you know, after my 6 months of training and show, I come right into matches. And my first match was with a fucking guy. What was the fucking guy's name? I can't think of his name. The Indy South North Carolina would know him. What the fuck was his name? I can't think of his name. Anyway, right in, you know, I go right into working, bro. You know, right into fucking after training. I you know, Viper tell me, hey, bro, you ready? I'm using you tonight. You're gonna be a curtain jerker, but you working such and such. And he put me over my first match. I'm putting you over. But what he was doing, he was building me up because he needed this 275-pound heel to come up the fucking ladder and fucking make him look like Superman. So yeah, I went right after training. I was right into working shows, bro. Right into it.
That's sweet. So you continued with Viper, or you got training?
Okay, here we go. So me being a big dude like I was, I mean, I was in the gym, bro. Like it's about 275, jacked up pretty good, bro.
I remember you being jacked up.
Yeah, jacked up pretty good. So I went and did somebody got me on a show, Bull McBride is his name. Big guy down here in North Carolina. Been all over North Carolina, know him. Awesome guy. He seen me somewhere at a show or something, and he got me on a show in Greensboro, North Carolina. And so I went and worked that show. They liked me, so now I'm getting bookings outside of Viper. So I come back to do a Viper show, and me and my son ride to this show. So I get to the show, and Viper said, so I'm got my shit. I'm looking to work, and Viper tells me, well, man, I'm not using you tonight. Now, here we go. Here's the thing with that. This motherfucker could have called me and said, bro, I don't need you tonight, whatever. He let me ride about 2 fucking hours to try to teach me a lesson. So, and here's was the lesson he taught me. Because he trained me, and bro, I get this speech about, bro, you don't need to whore yourself out to the business and just work any show, and you should give me a call first and let me make sure it's a good show for you to work. And motherfucker didn't use me. He got me all the way up there and was like, bro, I don't need you tonight, and you need to call me. You're my trainee, and I don't want you doing this and doing that without my whatever. So that was my first understanding like, oh, this business here is fucking shady as fuck. Cause I mean, I'm green as fuck, bro. So, you know, we green, bro. You get trained, bro. You want to work. God damn, I can go here. So, you know, being a big guy, they book, you know, I'm getting bookings now, you know, and this motherfucker bring me back to the home show and didn't even fucking use me that night. So I learned from that night to, you know what, whore yourself to the business. Well, that's what the fuck this business is about.
Well, you're trying to make a name for yourself.
There you go. Yeah. And working in fucking just little North Carolina. I mean, little Wilson and what's called. I mean, fuck, man. In North Carolina, bro, it's a hotbed for independence. You can fucking work almost back then, almost every day of the fucking week. I can remember working out of 7 days, working 5 days of the week, bro. I mean, it was like that in North Carolina at one time.
Shit, and then. So how'd you end up working for Bernard? Bernard.
Scotty Matthews. My coon.
How'd you meet Scotty Matthews before we get into the Bernard?
Yeah, for real. Scotty's because he introduced us together.
Yeah, yep. C.W. Anderson completed your training, right?
Yes, C.W. Anderson completed my training, which he like I was saying. He seen the potential. He seen I was a big guy. He seen I was serious, but he also seen that, motherfucker, you can hurt somebody. So let me show you the right way to work. Let me teach you wrestling etiquette. Let me teach you what psychology is. Let me teach you how not to kill a motherfucker. So he brung me in, and we used to go to Old Fucking Born, the raggedest ring in the world. And it was a promoter for Southern SWC or whatever, but that was CW's cousin, guy named Dan. So he brung me in, started training me, and then brung me up to speed on wrestling. So that's how I met CW. Matter of fact, CW see me at the show where I was talking there. I was supposed to work Knee Jack, and I worked CW. And after that match, that's when he told me, he said, man, let's get together. He said, I can, you know, a couple of things I'd like to show you. And I was, of course, C.W. Anderson. Damn. Yeah, of course, you know. So I got with him, and he just, you know, took me down through there for about 3 or 4 months while I was still doing shows. I didn't quit doing shows, but he showed me the ropes and showed me some understanding of working. So it went from there.
So when did Scotty Matthews come in?
Scotty Matthews came in. I was doing a show for that, which is a guy named Dan Wright, which is CW's cousin, was running the show. And he booked CW, he booked Scott. And he was like, and Scott was going by Malachi back then. He wasn't even Scotty Matthews, he was Malachi back then. He used to wear the gray and fucking face paint, and he was jacked, but he wasn't the Scotty Matthews we came to know. He was big, but he wasn't ripped. So we had a good hard-hitting match, and me and him got cool as shit. So I told him about the one where Viper was at, because we needed other big guys, and then got him and Ali Steele on that show. So from that, me and Scott just got real cool, and worked fucking probably hundreds of times over our wrestling, because everybody would book, you know, we was big guys, so everybody would book me and Scott. We knew each other, so we'd go out there and beat the dog shit out of each other, but, you know, we knew each other.
I've seen a match where you and Scott, where your son would come to the ring with Scott dancing, he's dancing in the ring, and then all of a sudden you just beat the shit out of your son and powerbomb him.
We put that in the fuck. That was in there before, bro.
I remember that. That shit was wild. All right, so Scott was the one that introduced us to you.
Yep.
He goes to us. He goes, "Hey, you want to come down?" Because he was living in, I want to say Pennsylvania.
He was living. No. He was in Pennsylvania.
He was living in Pennsylvania.
Yep.
And he's like, "Hey, you want to come down and work in North Carolina with me?" I'm like, "Yeah, no problem." So we get in the car and we all ride down. And did you do the first one with us, Chung?
I don't think I did. I think
no, I think it was just me and All Money Is Legal.
I was gonna say the first time I went down, we didn't go with Scotty.
No, it was me. And
he was already living down there when the first time that I went down.
Yeah, so it was me and Cash and Chaos.
He's actually staying with Kenny.
It was another guy. Wasn't Chung, but you had another guy doing the dead prayers, because y'all tagged, I think, against your homeboys at the show. And then from that show is when I went to the other show and I worked you. Y'all did 2 shots that time y'all came down the first time.
Well, no, that time we brought Monster Mac with us.
Yeah, it was me.
Monster Mac, yeah.
But I was there for that one too.
Okay, you was there for Monster Mac. Okay.
Yeah, so no, we went to Bernard's. The first time we went to Bernard's, it was me and All Money Is Legal and Scott. And then we get there. He goes, "Hey, by the way, I kind of ribbed the promoter, told him you guys don't speak English." so Bernard's trying to talk to us, and we're like, "Oh yeah, see." and yeah, so we're over there, and
gotta love the wrestling business. Gotta love the fucking wrestling business.
I remember we got to your house. It was like late. It was like maybe a little bit after midnight.
Yeah,
you were like, "Hey man, just go up in there." At the time, my neck was messed up, and they were like, "Yeah, just go in there and sleep." And we slept in you set up the beds for us and stuff. And next morning we had breakfast, and then we were off to the races.
Yeah.
And Bernard's situation was like a weird situation because
weird as fuck.
So I didn't know what to expect. So I get there, and all these like good indie workers, man.
He had
these guys
from everywhere, bro.
Good from around the country. It wasn't just indie workers. He had like
he had
developmental guys too.
Yeah.
So you had like Sonny Siaki there.
The other Matt Striker, not the WWE Matt Striker.
Unibrow Matt Striker, Chad Collier, Chaz
Nick
Taylor.
Matter of fact, that's where I first ever seen the fucking big ass Snitsky. He brung Snitsky in.
We brought Snitsky with us.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so next time we went down, we brought Snitsky with us. Yeah, so he had some talent there. Sonny Siaki, Elix Skipper.
Yeah. Ray that did the Glacier gimmick. He was there.
Yeah.
Nigel McGuinness,
Mo from Men on a Mission.
Yep. Not only Nigel, but the other dude. What's the
Chad Collier? Yeah, Chad.
What's the dude that did the shit with CM Punk? What's the fuck is his name?
Luke Gallows.
Say it again.
Luke Gallows.
Not Luke Gallows. He had, what the fuck? Oh man, crazy motherfucker. He always cracking jokes. What the hell? Colt Cabana came.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
David Young.
Yep. David.
I remember
there. Yep.
Yeah, he had talent there.
Yeah, man. He had a lot of motherfuckers there, man.
I get there and I'm like, all right. So they put up a thing. You're gonna be working this one. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I think like first match I wrestled one of the guys from All Money Is Legal. I think it was Chaos. And Matt Striker is working the camera, and I just unloaded like a kick to his back, and he stopped what he was doing. He's like, "Holy shit!" So then he told Bernard he wanted to work me. So I had like all these guys wanted to work with me. But
y'all shit was different, bro.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Seen, bro.
Yeah,
I was like, "Yo, this shit is different right here. What these motherfuckers do? That shit is off the chains."
Yeah, like, oh shit. And yeah, Scotty was like, yeah, just do your strong style. And I'm like, all right. But what happened was when we went out, I was like, where the people at? They're like, there's no people here. I'm like, so you just wrestle in front of the camera? He goes, yeah. So I go, well, how does that work? He goes, well, later on, they'll superimpose somebody from a basketball game or a football game, and they'll just put them in the crowd.
Whatever.
I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. I was like, pretty cool.
I still think dude just enjoyed watching those matches in his house.
Yeah. So hold on, Kenny. This gets better. So then, like I've done the trip like a few times, and I brought people down. And he was like, I seen him like Nick Burke and Z-Bar were there. Rest in peace, Z-Bar. And he's paying them. He's like, hey, if you wear these Speedos, you get like $5 for every Speedo you wear, you get like $5 extra, whatever. And then you do like, and you let them take pictures of you for 8x10s, like promo pictures. He goes, you get a little extra money. So there was a lot of people doing it. They were doing the Speedo gimmick. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yo, the first time I ever did the shot, I did the Speedo gimmick.
Oh, yeah.
He was going hard to try and get Louis to do this.
I wasn't doing it, but I wasn't.
Yeah, he was going hard for Louis to do this.
I did the Speedo gimmick when I worked Kid Romeo. The first time I ever did the shit, I worked Kid Romeo, and it was the Speedo gimmick. I was like, oh, okay. I mean, you paying me, so what the fuck?
Yeah, but I was like, yeah, no, I'm good. And then fucking
I wouldn't do it.
So years later, Chung's like, man, we had some good matches there. He goes, I want to see if I can find it. So he goes and types it up, the match, like me and Nigel McGuinness, and then me and somebody versus Nigel McGuinness. I think it was
Me and
me and
Guapo
you.
it was me and you versus Nigel and somebody else, and then me and Guapo versus Scotty and Elix, and I ended up finding them on High Spots.
Oh, you found them?
Yeah, it's called Empty Arena Wrestling.
Wow.
They got like 3 volumes and shit.
Wow. I'm gonna have to go check that shit out.
Didn't we find it on something else though? It was like somebody said they typed it in. And
no. Somebody said it was like on some
like a porn site.
Like on some gay porn site.
Yeah,
and I was like,
it was titled Men on Men Action.
I didn't find it that way. I found it on
somebody said that it's there on Men Action, and I started laughing. I was like, oh, whatever, man, it wasn't gay, it was wrestling. Exactly. I was like, shit, but nah, man, and then we made a lot of cool people there, and we made good connections.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Yeah, definitely, man. I got to wrestle some cool people and shit.
Yeah,
got to meet a lot of cool people too. You know, I got to meet you down there, and you know, there was, and then we went and did a couple other shows down there.
Yeah, because we did a show from that. That's when I worked Boogie.
Yeah, we did Caprice Coleman show.
Yep, did Caprice Coleman. There you go, did Caprice Coleman show.
And I worked you, and then you were like, "Hey man, just sit there on the top rope. I'm gonna hit you with a drop kick." I was like, what? You're like, yeah, I can do it. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. And then that I've seen live. I've heard of Jindrak's drop kick, this beautiful drop kick that Jindrak could do. But you and Just Incredible and Lance Storm that I've seen live are the highest drop kicks I ever seen.
Yeah, I got all the way, motherfuckers.
You got all the way up from the ground. Dead in the face. No, it was in the face. Got me in the face, and I flew out the ring.
Yep. Motherfuckers could not believe when I would tell them. They're like, bruh, for real. I'm like, bruh, sit there. I'm going to hit you, bruh.
He would hit you every time. I was impressed. But the match with you, I had fun because it was a big dude. And so I was able to do Ranas and shit that I didn't normally do because normally I'm the one that's bigger than everybody. So I was able to do like stuff like lucha stuff with you. It was
awesome,
cool.
bro. It was awesome. I mean,
the crowd was hot too.
It was. I mean, the crowd was hot as shit. You know,
and Sanford.
Yeah, Sanford. Good memory, bro.
Yeah.
Good memory.
Yeah, this dude's got the memory of a fucking elephant.
Yeah, great memory, bro.
Sanford. I remember there was like the crowd was so beautiful because of the mixture of the people there. Like you had your Spanish people there. It was beautiful because as soon as that came out, they popped. Like because I think you went out first and you healed them out. So when there was my music hit, they were already cheering.
Between me and you, Caprice pulled me to the side. Was like, bro, this is your area. You want to put him over? I'm like, fuck yeah. I'm like, dude, I've seen this motherfucker work, bro. I'm like, his shit is on point, bro. I'm like, that motherfucker can go. I'm like, this is fucking wrestling, bro. Put that motherfucker over, man. I ain't got no problem with it, bro.
Yeah, Caprice was a great dude too.
Yeah, no, he was cool. He wasn't saying it in a bad way.
No. But he's right though. He's right. Yeah. He's booking his territory. You're part of his territory. Why you want to put this outsider in? But like I would have loved to come back.
This guy may not never work here again. I'm like, bro, fuck it. Put that motherfucker over. We're gonna have a great match. It don't even matter, bro.
Fuck yeah. Did you ever come up and work for Mikey?
No, I told you the only up north shit I did, Scotty brung that was a fucking road trip from hell. Scotty brung me up, man. I worked for CZW, I worked for Alpha's promotion, and then that New Breed poster that I sent you, I forget the name of that company. I don't know what that company was. I worked Scott there too. But that's the only time I ever went up north, man. Scott got me up there. I know we was talking about doing something up north after I had met y'all guys coming up and working. It didn't never come to fruition. But nah, man, that's the only 3 places was Pennsylvania. I did 3 Pennsylvania places, man. Alpha's, CZW anniversary show, and then I did that other show.
So you had all like all the areas in Pennsylvania, because Alpha is like in Allentown.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Allentown or Hayes.
Hours.
And then you hit Philadelphia. Philadelphia was CZW, and yeah, damn.
And I want to say Hershey, Pennsylvania, or some shit
was
like
the
that.
one?
Yeah, I think it was the one that wasn't the name promotion, whatever. But yeah. But man, I had a blast, man. Everybody showed me love. The fans showed me love. I mean, because one thing with me, man, I didn't give a shit when I'd walk in, big as I was. I'd ask the promoter what you want me to do, and I didn't give a shit about going because I understood what it was about. Yeah. So they would say, "Hey, man," and Scott was like, "Hey, we're gonna work." So me and Scott worked at that. When CZW show, me and Scott did a 4-way with some guys. And then Alpha Promotion, I worked a 300-pound Lucha Libre.
Who the fuck do you work at Alpha?
I don't know who this guy literally was like bigger than me. He wasn't muscular, but he was tall as I was and thick. And he was like, "Yeah, man, we're gonna do a Hurricanrana." And I'm looking at this motherfucker, and we pulled it off. I mean, I did it with him because I was strong and a big guy.
Was he a blonde kid?
He was a black guy, big old black guy, man, and he was young. I could tell he was a young kid, but this is when I knew they didn't really give a shit about him because up there they kind of do the WWE. You go in front of your person who's in charge of your match. That's the first time I've ever did that type shit. So you go in front of this guy, and I think it was one of Alpha's nephews or son, whatever.
Sons, probably.
Yeah. So and I met the main son that did the WWE shot, but it was another guy I didn't really recognize.
Lloyd.
Yeah, he was kind of heavy set, close cut. But anyway, he was in charge of our match. He was like, "Bro, you going over in this match? I got 5 minutes." And it was really the 21st time I'd worked a 20-foot ring, and the referee with a mic on and saying, "Yo, you got to go home." And so I was like, "Oh shit!"
So you said it was a black dude. I'm thinking it's Jake Bishop, right?
I couldn't remember that guy.
Or Slick Wagner Brown.
I couldn't remember that guy name to save my life. I just know it's a big guy.
They have fucking hair like Cisco.
Huh?
They have hair like Cisco.
He did have close hair. I don't remember if he was blonde or not, but he did have a close cut. I don't remember if it was blonde, but like I said, the guy was big as I was, far as stature. He wasn't muscular, but he was a big guy.
It might have been Jake Bishop then, because Slick was jacked.
Now this guy wasn't jacked. No, this guy wasn't jacked. Matter of fact, that's the first time I met Snitsky. He didn't work that night though, but he was sitting in the back. So I had never seen him work, but he was in the back just chilling.
The funny story about Snitsky was when we brought him down there to go work with y'all down in North Carolina. We ended up on the ride back, right when where'd we stop at? Hooter. We were on our way driving back, and he got a fucking call. He got the call that he got the
telling that
deal,
story,
man.
Oh, and tell the story then.
so he gets a phone call, right? And they're like, "Hey, man, you're gonna well. First of all, the whole fucking drive down, the drive down, we heard his theme song probably about 2,000 times from Pennsylvania until we hit fucking in North Carolina. He just kept repeating his fucking theme song over and over again.
Me and Chunga in the back seat, and Guapo's in the front falling asleep.
Guapo's falling asleep. This motherfucker kept fucking hitting the repeat on his song.
He would chop Guapo.
Chopping Guapo, taking
no sleeping on road trips.
He had a big ass gallon of water, and it was on the floorboard in the passenger side. So every time he wanted to take a drink, he'd reach over it and basically put his hand between Guap's legs, and Guap's like, "Oh shit!" But so me and Louis are sitting in the back, like
just laughing,
and we're laughing at shit, and then like we're both like dozing off randomly, but you can't fucking sleep because he got his theme song fucking full fucking blast. Yeah, the shit would start with some dude screaming, and then it goes into "I'm gonna kick your ass," and we were like, "What the fuck?" But so we get down there, we do the fucking weekend, right? We check
into the hotel.
Oh,
these motherfuckers okadoke me. So they him and Guapo get a room, and I get stuck with Snitsky in the room. So
yeah, me and Guap, we were one and the same. You know what I'm saying? Louis sometimes likes to go to sleep. We like to hang out and act stupid. And Louis was like, you guys gotta stop acting stupid.
So me and Chung are walking around the hotel. He's like, "Which room?" I go, "Right here." And the room door was wide open. And we're like, "Why the fuck is the room wide open?" So we
paranoid
walk in,
as fuck. Somebody broke in and kidnapped
so
Snitsky.
we walk in the room, and the bathroom door is wide open, and Gene Snitsky's sitting there with door wide open, taking a shit, reading a newspaper, and we're like, "What the fuck?" He goes, "Yeah, come on in, guys." We're like, "Nah, we're good."
Yeah, that dude was
only
funny.
in the fucking wrestling
And
business.
then
Man.
that motherfucker snores. So and he was
Fucking
snoring so
polar
loud.
bear.
Yeah, he was snoring so loud. And at one point, I got up and I looked at him, and he looked like a monster. His mouth was open.
Fucking long ass beard and shit.
Yeah.
Yo, that dude beard is so stupid now. Yo,
Yeah.
dude shit is like down here, bro.
Yo, so
Yeah.
the funny shit was the hotel room, right? The hotel room, the pool was closed, right? And it said pool closed, contamination, right? So we're like, damn, we can't go in the pool. So we're walking around and we're like, where the hell is
But
Gene
we
at?
were all fired up like, oh, let's go swimming.
Let's go
and
swimming.
we go and it's
Yo,
like
that's crazy.
It's closed,
contaminated.
contamination. So then we look and he's in the pool.
Shit.
I go, Gene. I said, get out the pool. I go, you gotta get out the pool, bro. He goes, why? I go, it's contaminated. He goes, no, they're lying.
He's like, he's in there fucking swimming.
He's like, he's doing the backstroke. He's doing the backstroke. I'm like, Gene, get the hell out of the pool. He goes, no, they're lying. The water's fine. I said, Gene, you gotta
come on in.
It's contaminated. He goes, just let me finish my laps, and I'll come out. I was like, God damn.
Yo, that dude was yeah. Yo, my crazy road trip was with Scott, bro, when we did the Pennsylvania shot. So we riding. So Scott has got to the point where he's living the business. Pull over, rest stop, get some sleep. I'm this dude who like, nah, I work out also along with this. We got money. We get in a freaking motel room, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Scott like, nah, man, we just get. I'm like, nah, fuck that shit, Scott. We've been traveling fucking 10 hours. I'm tired as hell. Let's get a room. Yo, Scott pulls me into this motherfucking motel, bro. At night, I can't see it. So I'm just happy to be in the bed. Mm-hmm. So, we get a bed, whatever, sleeping. Then I wake up the next day and the lights, it's light outside. I look around. Bro, we got to be in the fucking the worst crack motel ever known to man. Nothing
the fucking Bates motel.
Literally did not take a shower in that shit, bro. That's how bad that shit was. I'm like, yo, Scott, what the fuck is this, bro? Took a bird bath in the sink.
He's like, bro, the room was only $25 a night.
Probably so, bro. He's like, yo. I'm like, here, Scott, I give him money. Yo, go get the room, bro. Because Scott is like, bro, you know me, man. Because he was living the wrestling business.
He had zero fucks. I'll sleep in the car.
Yeah, fuck that.
You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
I want to whatever. I want to do my thing. So that shit was crazy. But the next time I'm like, Scott, we get in the room during the fucking day so I can see what we get in the room. Because we're not doing that shit no more, bro. But that room was the fucking worst. I guarantee, bro, I woke up and seen shit laying on the floor. I'm like, what the fuck? That shit was crazy, bro.
Bro, one day me and Chung stayed in the room, and it was in Pennsylvania somewhere. And you could see, like, how like the door jam?
Uh-huh.
You can see light coming in. There was like this much space between the door and the floor, so you could bugs could just walk in.
Exactly.
Anything could just crawl in.
A motherfucker walk by, you see his fucking whole foot.
Yeah.
It's like,
we're like, what the fuck? And then we removed. It was like a few of us, so we removed the bed, so like somebody could sleep on the box spring, and we got the bed.
Exactly.
Hey, bro, when we removed the bed, there was like nothing but porn underneath this bed. So like somebody was like living there, but they had like a porn collection stashed underneath this.
Yo, that shit. This business, bro. This business that we fucking got into. Roddy Piper described it the best. The sickness, bro. It's the fucking sickness, homeboy. Cause the shit we do, the shit we done is just for the fucking piece of change that we made. and it ain't got nothing to do with the fucking money, man. My biggest thing is meeting guys like y'all, these lifelong friends forever. I wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world, but people just who ain't in it just won't understand it, bro. They won't understand it, bro.
The stories that you end up getting along the times and shit, like, man, fucking 10 of us sleeping in a hotel room with two twin beds, you know what I'm saying? It's like, bro. But we had to make it happen, you know.
Or Kenny's house being a haven for all of us when we came down from New York.
Yeah, fucking. How many of us came down? 7, 8 of us, and Kenny, like I said, all stayed there.
Yeah, when I came up and y'all was like, "Fuck, man, come on," and I stayed with y'all. I mean, it's undeniable, man. The friendships and the brotherhoods.
So I remember one night there was a blizzard in New York, and I had Samoa Joe and Hot Stuff Hernandez sleeping in the same bed with each other. But hey, you know, that's what we do. You know?
It's what it is, man.
Yeah, man. I wouldn't trade this shit for anything.
Nah, man. Like, I wouldn't trade what I've learned and the good people I met in this business. I wouldn't trade it for shit, man. I swear I wouldn't, bro. But like I said, man, I've done a lot as far as the business. I had shit happen to me outside of the business.
Yeah,
and
would you want to talk about? You mind talking about that? What?
No, I don't.
I kind of like where it led to you, what you're doing now. If you don't mind speaking about that.
So back in 2011, I had a great job. Got to hanging out with a couple of homeboys that I probably shouldn't have been hanging out with. They was doing some things that I didn't need to get involved in. I got involved with it because the money was there. I thought it was easy money and end up getting caught up, bro. I caught a drug charge. And before then, you got to understand, I'm 43 years old. So before then, bro, I had 2 speeding tickets in my life. Well, unfortunately, in North Carolina, if you catch a drug charge and it's over a certain amount of drugs, they got what they call minimum mandatory charges. So it's a minimum time and a mandatory time. No matter what your background is, no matter how much money you got, you're going to do this amount of time. So I end up catching a 35 to 42 months. Now, like I said, you got to take, I'm an ex-correctional officer, ex-bail enforcement agent. I'm an college students for criminal justice. My field of expertise that I wanted to go into was criminal justice. So I catch this charge, bro, and I lay down when I finally bond down. I lay down with my wife and I tell her, I said, I'm gonna do 35 months. There's no way around it. This is going to happen. This is what North Carolina says is going to happen. So sure enough, that's what happened. I end up getting incarcerated back in 2012, April of 2012, and I stayed incarcerated to September 2015. I got out a week before her birthday in 2015. Through my incarceration, like I was saying earlier, with being an ex-correctional officer, but like I tell anybody, just like with the wrestling business, if you're a good dude and you put positive energy out there, positive shit come back. So the whole time I did my time, man, I never had no problems, even with being an ex-correctional officer. I don't think I ever ran across nobody that I was a correction officer for, but if I did, I wasn't worried about it. And so I did my time. I got out, like I said. Now, when I got out, the biggest thing that I think criminal justice reform need to reapproach is that felony thing, because like I was telling you, I'm a Gulf War vet, never been in trouble before then, and now I get out and I got this felony, so now you can't be on certain apartments, certain jobs you're ruled out of, and so they take them 43 years up to 43 years, and they just wash that to now I get out at 46, and this is who I am now. So criminal justice reform really needs to reapproach it with a nonviolent crime to say, hey, we need to look at this with people and say, we don't need to hold this man for what the bad mistake he made for the rest of his life and try to come up with something to say, okay, he made a mistake. He served his time, which they used to call paying your debt to society. Now it's time to give him everything back. Well, what I understood when I got out, which what I did, I ended up getting with a company called UTZ. It's very popular in Pennsylvania. A guy gave me a chance, man. My popular motto was, for every 100 no's I get, I just need one yes. That guy gave me a yes, and I started selling chips again, which I was for another company that I already had 8 to 10 years experience. So I started selling with them. But what I did is not like a lot of other guys did. I still wanted to broaden my horizon. So what I did was figure out how to buy into my own company to work for myself. So I bought into a company called Schneider Lance, which I formed the LLC, and I started doing it for myself. Well, even farther than that, I said, well, man, if I get my CDLs, that even give me more. So what I did, I hired a former guy that had been incarcerated to run my truck. So I gave another guy an opportunity who was told no a lot to run my truck while I went back to school and got my CDLs and started driving a little bit. But at my age, about that time, I was about 48, 49. That over the road, that one California trip let me know this shit ain't for you. I said, damn that shit. 14 days on the road. I said, I don't want to do this shit. So what I did, I went from there and I had a homeboy that I did some time with that owned a correction, a transition house. So I started working at the transition house. So I went in as a monitor and worked my way up to a counselor, went to the state, got certified, what they call peer support. And then I got on with a particular prestigious university as a community health worker, which I'm doing now. So now I work with a sanction called FIT, formerly incarcerated transition. So what I do as a community health worker, I help guys that's getting out of prison that need somewhere to stay. Their medicines may not be up to par, so we help them get back on their meds. And my heart is wholeheartedly into that, man, because I know what it was like for when I got out of prison, man, and knowing that, hey, I made a mistake. Everybody that goes to prison ain't a bad person, man. Right. And I understood that, and I knew guys would need the help to get their life started back. Because one thing I tell you, you think Motel 6 leave the light on? No, the prison system leaves the light on. They will be waiting on you if you mess up. So I knew that. So I started, I got into helping guys getting back into getting their lives back together, man. And I enjoy it, man. I can make way more money getting on the truck and driving the truck, man. But the satisfaction of seeing somebody get their meds and get mental health help, referring them to housing, helping them, with anything that's getting them back on the feet is way more than any amount of money I could make.
Yeah. And it also helps that you have a kick-ass wife, bro.
Yeah. I have a great wife.
You got a great wife and a great son.
Yeah.
You guys got a great family.
Yep.
They're always gonna have your back. So I mean, it wasn't gonna be hard for you to get back what you lost.
Yeah, right back on your feet, huh?
Yeah, man. I came out. It was rough. I did what a lot of guys wouldn't do. I took the $8-9 an hour jobs, and just until I worked myself up to that chip job, until I worked myself up to owning my own company, till I worked myself up to getting my CDLs, till I worked myself up to getting to where I'm at now. And nobody gave it to me. I had to do those things, and that's kind of the story I tell everybody when I sit down in front of a client now. Is like, you can't tell me I don't know what you're going through, because yes, I do. I know what you're going through, but if you're going to sit and whine and say, well, this ain't happening because this, well, man, you got to understand, you got to strike against you now. You do got this happening. You got a felony. This is what you have to do. You have to, where some guys can take 1 or 2 steps, you got to take 10 steps, because you do have things against you. I heard a lot of no's, bro. And it wasn't because I couldn't do the job. It was because once they heard I had a felony, They just was like, hey, man, we can't help you. You know, I would get through interviews, man, all the way, because I wouldn't say nothing, but I would get to the interview all the way up to the point where they ready for me to sign the paper. Well, hey, we got to run a background check. And then I would tell them, hey, I'm going to be honest with you, this, and this. So it was frustrating for a long time, but I'd shake their hand and I'd say, thank you for the opportunity. And I'd move on to the next one. Because like I said, I always kept in my mind that I just got to get one yes. That's all I need is one yes, you know.
Definitely, man. Definitely. Yeah. So when you said the UTZ, the UTS, right? That's you talking about the potato chips?
Yes, sir.
The Yankee sponsors. Yeah.
We got UTS down here in North Carolina. Yep.
Yeah, man. That was my go-to hot chips, man.
Yeah, they got good.
The red hot.
Yes, sir. I know exactly what you're talking about. From many of those from work.
Dude, that red hot will tear my mouth up. I'll be like, oh shit, but I gotta keep eating.
Got to keep eating, bro. They make a great chip, bro.
I don't know this. You guys don't really know this about me, but I can't be around potato chips because I'll eat them all.
What? What? I do that Pringle shit.
Can't eat
just once you pop, you just can't stop. But it don't matter if it's Pringles or any chips.
Yes,
I'm gonna eat them all.
I beg my wife. I said, please don't bring chips in this house. Don't bring chips in the house, and do not bring cinnamon raisin bread because I will eat the whole thing.
You eat it all, bro.
Yeah, I'll tear it up. Man. I love cinnamon raisin bread. Dude.
For me, it's all about cookies, man. I'm still that same dude from when I was 12. Probably even younger than that, but you put some cookies in front of it, especially Oreos, man. I'll eat a whole damn thing of Oreos and drink a whole thing of milk.
I'm a sparingly sweets eating person, junk food eating person, meaning like I'll crave it, and once I get my fill, I'm good.
What do you got right there?
Huh?
What did your wife give you before the show started? Yeah, all right.
Oh, see,
this was my wrestling pre-match meal. So she knew I was doing y'all wrestling show. So she went and got me some gummy bears. Cause bro, I tell you what, I should have been damn what you call it? What do you call it?
Sponsored by them.
By fucking gummy bears, man. Because these motherfuckers right here, Scott used to laugh at me, bro. Before every fucking match, I was going to eat some gummy bears, bro.
You did eat gummy bears because I remember eating your gummy bears.
That was my shit, bro. That was my pre-match meal, bro.
I remember eating your gummy bears.
Yes, that was my pre-match meal, bro.
I be fucking up them sour worms by that same company, man. I be peeling them bitches apart.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Love them things, man.
But
yeah, brother.
I swear, man. I through everything I've been through, man. I swear, man. This, but from what I just explained about my incarceration to this wrestling business, man. I can't complain. God has been good, man. I met some great people. I went farther than some. I did less than some. But I would tell everybody, because I get the question, well, man, how do you feel if you would have made it? I said, I made it, man. I said, I made it. I did professional wrestling. I said, I made it, bro. I met great people. I said, the promotions I worked for, they always had me in the title run. If I didn't win the title, I made it. I said, I worked at the Greensboro Coliseum in front of about 10,000 people. I did indie shows with 2,000 or 3,000 people. I did indie shows with 5 or 6 people. I said, but every time I went out, I made sure whether it was the 5 or 6 or the 10,000, I put on the best fucking match I could put on, because as long as when they go home at night, bro, and they like, man, Bounty, Cowboy Willie Watts, or the American Gangster did his thing, man, I enjoyed that. I was over, bro. It didn't matter. All that other shit. I mean, it would have been nice to make millions, but how many of us make millions? How many of us get there, bro? Right. So it's gotta be,
especially at that time.
Go ahead, brother.
Especially at that time, because we had no other place to go.
Exactly.
WWE was the only show in town at that time.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So
Yeah.
like I brung Chili up earlier. So Chili, when I first met Chili, man, I met Chili in the gym. I was bounty hunting. Chili was so interested in bounty hunting, and I was so interested in trying to get in the wrestling business. But we kind of told each other shit, but we didn't tell each other shit. Because he was with ECW at the time, and he was just breaking in with ECW. So he was running back and forth to Pennsylvania to their spot, doing their shows. And then he would ask me about bounty hunting, like, man, how do you get into that? And I would always ask him, I'm like, God damn, bro, you a professional wrestler. How do you get into that? So we kind of from that click, almost 10 years later, bro, hooked up and became a tag team. And like I said, them 3 to 4 years that we tagged, bro, was like the best shit ever, bro. He's an awesome dude. Chili Willie's awesome.
I used to hang out with Chili when he would
crazy
come
as
up.
hell.
He used to have that little ass car.
Yep, crazy as hell. But
he used to come up. I used to
dude,
hang out with him and Angel. Yeah, great dude.
Matter of fact, I'm going to do a podcast. Chili's in the Philippines now, and he actually started professional wrestling over in the Philippines. I'm actually going to do a podcast with Chili. I think the 23rd, he hit me and want me to do a podcast for his show.
Hell
the 23rd, man.
He got that, the ABC? I think it's ABC something.
Yeah,
I watched the show. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I swear, man, I wouldn't trade what I did in this business for the world, man. I swear to God, I wouldn't, bro. And made enough money. Well, me and Chili did all right, but made enough money up to then probably to cover the gas I put in my car, not even enough to eat or do nothing, bro. But I wouldn't trade it for shit, brother.
That's part of the deal, right? Like it becomes almost like a drug for you.
Yeah,
like you don't even care about. So, like there was times that we'd go and we'd drive 3-4 hours.
Yeah,
and it was oh hey, all I can give you is I know we agreed upon this, but all I can give you is 25. It's like, motherfucker, 25 bucks, you fuck. And then we get in the car and it's like, you know what, man, we still were having a fucking great time. Like we just make the best of this shit fucking situation. We couldn't afford the fucking hotel room that we were staying in. Besides, obviously, like motherfuckers like my brother, he had a real job, but like I ain't have a fucking in the beginning I didn't have a real job. As we kept wrestling, I had a job. But in the beginning, I ain't have a fucking job.
High school.
Yeah, I started wrestling. I dropped out of school, and when I did my first fucking indie, and I did my show at the Elks, I seen people that I was in school with 3, 4, 5, 6 months beforehand, and people are like, "Oh shit, what the fuck are you doing on you're over here and where ECW wrestles?" I'm like, "Yeah," it's fucking awesome, dude.
Bro, I think on that Pennsylvania trip, out of them 3 shows, I think I might have made $50 out of them 3 shows I did on that Pennsylvania run, bro. I know I didn't get paid from Alpha and them promotion.
No, but they were offering you exposure.
Exactly.
That TV.
GZW offered me like $5, and I said keep it.
$5, holy shit!
Yeah,
I mean, it was the anniversary show. Scott had already told me when I went up there. He said, "Look, bro, this is
I have a spot."
Tour. I think the first show I did get $20. The CZW was like at the end of the night. It was like, bro, they must have had 20 fucking matches, bro, because it was the anniversary show. So, and like I said, they had a 0-1 match right before our show, the CZW show, and Scott. First, he told me, "Well, man, I can't, man. Zendig ain't gonna let you on the show, bro." He's like, "Yo, so many matches, you ain't gonna be able to get on the show." So he's like, "But I'm working." He came to me 5-10 minutes before our match and said, "Bro, I got you on the show. Come put your shit on." And it was a 4-way match with I couldn't even tell you who the other guys. I know me and Scott was the end, and we did our shit because we knew each other. But the crowd popped like a motherfucker for me because at that time, I used to get you look like Booker T a lot because I had the dread looking shits, and in shape, jacked up pretty good, and I walked out and motherfucker 5 times. You know, I'm the crowd hollering all that bullshit. But me and Scott knocked the shit out of each other. We was hard hitting, and when we came out of that match, they gave us a standing ovation. And matter of fact, when I got to the back, some guys walked up to me like, "Bro, you don't know how hard it is to get over in this fucking place, bro." They was like, "Man, if you ever in this town, you need to come and work." It's like, cause it's hard to get over here.
Yeah.
So I felt good about that. You know, I said, well, hell, as long as the crowd got what they want, I'm good, bro. Fuck the money. Because I knew when I went up, like I said, I had a job. So I wasn't worried about, I wasn't going up for the money, no way. I was going up, like you said, to get some exposure outside of the South and, you know, to do something different, man. I mean, like I said, bro, I wouldn't trade the shit for nothing. If I was still working, I'd do it all over again, bro. I loved it.
Yeah. All right, man. Yeah, man. Hey, so where can people find you if they're looking for you? You got any social medias or anything, or what?
I'm gonna be honest with y'all guys, man. I once I went through what I went through, bro. I don't do Facebook, don't do Instagram, don't do fucking Twitter. I'm kind of like I don't do nothing in the wrestling business no more, man. Like I said, I went through a lot of shit with my bones and, you know, the injuries we go through. My wife tell me all the time when she hear me snap, crackling, and popping, good thing you quit when you quit. So, I mean.
So are you officially retired from the business?
Oh, yeah. I did about 2 years ago, Chili came to town and wanted him and CW was working each other. And he talked me into doing a manager spot with him, which I had a fucking blast. But yeah, no, I ain't been in the ring like wrestling probably since this is 2021. I probably ain't worked a match before I went to prison back in 2010, bro. And me and Chili did kind of like a retirement thing, which every worker has done. Then we did a kind of retirement thing, and I think I worked some matches after that. But nah, bro, I probably ain't actually worked a match probably since 2010. And like I said, because I'm not on social media, nobody really knows how to get in contact with me if they wanted to try to entice me to do a match, which I'm fine with. You know, I told y'all guys, man, you know, when we first got back in touch, man, I ride Harley Davidson now. That kind of get that fucking that butterfly feeling used to get before you hit the curtains. That kind of gives me
it gives you the rush feeling that you need.
Right.
Yeah,
you're wearing a helmet though, right?
Without a fucking doubt.
Okay.
Helmet, jeans, I'm all the way in, bro. I'm all the way in.
Good. Does Scott have a bicycle?
I don't think Scott. I think Scott had an accident on a bicycle. Literally,
actual bicycle. Yeah.
And he doesn't. You know, when I told him about the Harley, he was like, "Oh shit, man, nice bike." But I don't think he.
I can see Scott be the type of cat that wear assless chaps.
I don't know.
Look at my glutes.
Yeah. Well,
remember?
He's not the same Scotty Matthews we used to know when he was fucking ripped to shreds. He kind of got into the old man dad bod now.
I don't want to mention the female wrestler's name though, but remember when he brought that jacked up chick to your house?
Yeah, you were there.
The pose down.
Yeah, I came like maybe a week after that happened, and you were telling me about it. You're like, I heard like grunting coming from the room.
Yo, she was like, yo, thank you for letting me stay at your house. I'm like, oh shit.
He's like, I heard grunting coming from the room. I was like, what the hell they're doing? He goes, I don't know. Maybe they're having a pose down.
I ain't exactly. Because she was jacked as he was at that time.
Yeah, definitely.
He built a little different now, but she was jacked as he was at that time.
Oh shit.
Is she still doing anything?
No. She's doing something, but not in the wrestling business.
Okay.
No, she just recently came back. I want to say, but I don't want to put her on blast.
Listen,
we'll let Scotty put her on blast if Scotty wants to.
Yeah, this is not the person we're talking about. But let me tell you who I met doing indie shows that was cool as shit was Awesome Kong. She is night and day.
Nice.
Oh, she's
She
super
is
sweet,
night
man.
and
Yeah, she's a
day
sweetheart. Yeah, she's
from her gimmick, bro. She's
she's a
cool
sweetheart.
as shit, bro.
Yeah,
she's
we
a
got
sweetheart.
to meet her years ago too,
Yeah,
man.
she was
super
cool, bro.
sweet, man.
Yeah, she was cool as shit. I mean, I met some great. I mean, I worked Norman Smiley before. That was fun as shit.
Did he give you the big wiggle?
Of course. Of course. He was awesome. Like I think I told you the story. I worked
You worked Kid Romeo. You told us about that.
Kid Romeo, Warlord Barbarian was awesome. I told you my Bobby Eaton story, how I met Bobby Eaton. God rest in peace.
Hey, let the world know about that little Bobby Eaton story, man, real quick.
We got a shot in South Carolina when we working against the Barbarian and Warlord. Me and Chili, we doing the Watts gimmick, Cowboy Willie Watts, and that gimmick actually comes from Cowboy
Bill Watts.
Bill Watts is where that gimmick come from. That was a gimmick that gave to me. I always wanted to do a cowboy gimmick, but somebody gave me that name after doing a promotion called Gimmick Only Promotion. So it was a guy there called Eskimo Joe. It was a guy there called, I was Cowboy Willie Watts. We had Luther, a black guy called Luther Thez. It was a fucking awesome promotion, bro.
Hey, so my
straight
homie,
bar shot, liquor, so you can just imagine how that shit was going.
Hey, so my homie from Australia, right, Pierce, he told me that he's interviewing some chick, and her name, and I popped for this name. Her name was Lucille Brawl. And I'm like, this is the greatest, one of the best names ever. I said,
name.
I have to meet this woman. I said, because this is a great freaking name, Lucille Brawl.
So what was the fucking story? What's this fucking story?
Oh, Bobby Eaton.
Yes, okay, Bobby. So we drive down to South Carolina. So we show up, and it's fucking nice show. This dude is booked a fucking major fucking arena / Coliseum, whatever, goddamn pack, Raven, Champagne, who's a local North Carolina superstar.
Awesome.
Champagne is hilarious.
Yeah, Warlord Barbarian. Ricky Morton was on that show. So we pull into this fucking store, man. So, we getting off the road with Taz. So I see this motherfucker in the back with this long blonde hair. So I'm looking like, automatically look like a wrestler, but I'm like, okay. So we go in the store, get our shit. So we come back out. So we walk around the store, and lo and behold, it's fucking Bobby Eaton in the back of the fucking store, brother, with a 40-ounce, chugging away. He sees us, like, oh shit, what's up, Bobby? Like, oh yeah, we on the show. Oh yeah, how you doing? Bobby Eaton in the back of the door drinking a fucking 40-ounce beer. OE, bro. OE.
Oh shit. Keeping the hood.
He serious with it.
Beautiful Bobby's a real G.
Yeah, a real
fucking hood
G, bro.
Real G.
Beautiful Bobby was a real G. My Jim Cornette story. I know we getting close to time, but
yeah.
My Jim Cornette story. Me and Chili's working fucking somebody in NWA Charlotte. They starting to push us to fucking work the real NWA who got the NWA tag belts. So Chili said, hey man, Jim Cornette, because Chili knew him. Chili said, Jim Cornette gonna watch our match, man. So we do the gimmick. I used to throw a clothesline like fucking Bradshaw, bro. I used to bring it, motherfucker.
I know.
So after the match, the first fucking thing Jim Cornette said, holy fucking shit. Bradshaw clothesline from hell. That's what the first thing ever said to me. And of course I was fucking, flattered. Jim Cornette, bro. I got to give you one more story after this too before we get off. Okay. So Jim Cornette says, man, at this time I think he was in between. He had just left TNA. He was like, bro, I don't have a lot of I'm not with nobody right now. He said, but you fucking two guys need to be seen. He said, y'all should send shit to TNA. He said, you ever thought about Ring of Honor? And that's why I tell people I made it. When I get in front of motherfuckers like Jim Cornette and work Norman Smiley and work the Warlord and all the motherfuckers put over what I done, I made it, bro. Here's my last story. Me and Scott was doing a show, probably about 5,000 people. Harley Race was there. Harley Race, Ted DiBiase, Axe from fucking the Demolition, Jerry Lawler. So we in the back talking. So Ted DiBiase, no, here we go. With Ted DiBiase, me and another guy, it's not Chili, me and another guy working Axe and Barbarian, and Ted DiBiase is their manager.
That's
so
an interesting team.
We do, we do that show, and I got off the story a little bit, but we do that show. Ted DiBiase tells me straight up, he's like, so man, you ever thought about sitting? I said, Ted, I'm a little old now. He was like, bro, I'm telling you. I said, well, I'm 40 something. He was like, well, yeah, you're probably right. Here's the Harley Race story. Me and Scott going to work each other in front of this same show a year later. This show was an anniversary show. They always did this show. 5,000 people show up. I mean, literally. Me and Scott, we talking in the back. Harley Race is going to be Scott's manager. So we try to put a spot in with Harley Race, and he was like, man, my back kind of messed up. I don't want to do nothing. Y'all guys do your thing. And we go fucking do the match. We fucking in that motherfucker. You know how me and Scott work. We in the fuck. We beat the shit out of each other. Harley Race got in the fucking ring, took a fucking bump. We got back to the back. He said, bruh. He said, young man, I'm going to tell you this. He said, the hard as y'all worked in that fucking ring, it was no way I wasn't going to get in there and do what the original plan was after I seen you work. He said, matter of fact, he gave us his card. He said, I got a promotion out in Kansas City. Anytime you want to come out and work, come out and work. And if you ever want to think about going to Japan, I can get you there.
Yep.
I'm like, bruh.
Yeah, you had to hook up with Noah.
It don't get no fucking better than that, bro.
Yeah, Harley Race, man.
Harley Race was awesome, bro.
Yeah.
He was awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, man, that's it, man. I ain't got no more stories for you. I probably didn't talk your damn head off.
Nah, man, that's good. That was good.
Listen, man, it was a pleasure having you, brother.
Yeah,
nah, man, y'all ain't gonna understand. The pleasure was mine, man. I don't get to do this much no more because, like I said, I don't have Instagram. I don't have Facebook. I don't get to talk about wrestling too much. So when I get this opportunity, especially with two guys I love, man, it don't get no better than this, brother.
Definitely, brother. Definitely.
Yeah, man. We definitely miss you, man. Hopefully we can link
I'm
up
coming to Florida. I told him December. Me and my wife actually coming to vacation. I think the 19th, but I'm coming down to Florida, so I'll be in your area, and I don't give a fuck how far y'all away. We're gonna do it what the fuck we had to do to get together, bro.
What'd you say, in October?
December.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, December.
All right.
Yeah, let me know. Man. Take some time
let us know, brother.
I will, man.
Give me the heads up.
My calendar, because the dates are already set. I got to check my calendar and I'll see, and I'll shoot you the dates.
Yeah, shoot me the dates and I'll take some time off.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds good, bro.
But hey, we're gonna wrap this up. If you don't mind hanging out for a couple more minutes, we'll catch you up after we close out the show, and we'll kick it for another couple minutes before I gotta hit the bag. I got work in the morning.
Yeah, same here, bro. I'm with you on that.
But thank you for coming on, brother, and we will talk to you soon.
Breakfast of Champions, baby.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, on that note, thank you for coming on, Bounty Hunter Kenny, man. It was a pleasure having you.
Definitely, bro. Hey, don't forget, also, look at our music, man, by Cicada. Cicada is an awesome band. They do all our music videos for everybody on the network. I forgot to shout them out earlier.
Awesome, I said that right off the rip. I want to give them props right off the rip. Also, guys, down on the bottom, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at MWA World. Subscribe to us on Facebook or YouTube, Multi-Continental Wrestling Alliance.
Yep. And don't forget Wrestling Universe. Go on WrestlingUniverse.com. Check out their autograph signings. Go check it out, man. Go be a part of it. Be there. Get to that store. Get the autograph signing. Take a picture. Send it to us. We want to post it.
Yeah, also, definitely, guys. Definitely.
Don't forget sleeves.com and Health Vape. Use the code. Get your 10% discount. All right?
Yeah. And a big shout out to... Where's it at? Hold on. My
Where's it
bad,
at?
guys.
Where's it at? Where's it
Right
at?
there, right there. The Realm Network.
Yes, man. Go subscribe to it. The Realm Network. Go and check us out. Knights of the Gimmick
Get the
Table.
exclusive. You get it before everybody else. So make sure y'all do it. Get on with us. Get on with the rest of everybody else that's on our network.
Yeah.
Hey,
we're gonna be dropping that never be seen before episode 0 of Knights of the Gimmick Table. Be on the lookout for that, and that's gonna come first on the Realm Network. Also, don't forget Shooting the Shit Uncensored with Pierce Austin, Get Funk with Alan Queewee Funk, and Killing the Business with the Kingpin Angel Medina, King Mega, and the Crisco Kid Glenn Sexton. Also, guys, be on the lookout for another show on Twitch. It's what's it, the Funkin' Kingpin Show?
Yep, the Funkin' Kingpin Show. They have their show. Fuck, I can't remember the name of Pierce and Glenn's show, but they do a NXT review show. And coming up on Tuesdays, guys. You might want to tune in on Tuesdays at 8 o'clock. Tuesdays, 8 o'clock on Twitch and on YouTube.
Wrestling with Sports.
Me, Boogaloo, and King Mega. We're going to be talking all the sports. Don't matter if it's fucking badminton. We're going to be talking about it. So make sure y'all motherfuckers tune in. We appreciate it. Thank y'all for watching, and we'll see y'all soon.
Peace.
Oh, shit. What am I doing?
Oh, my God.
My bad.